Welcome back to another episode. I am trying to make a video game in Unity. It's a game about villagers, simulation. If you've been watching the series, we just kind of got done with the AI and we got a little map creator. And in the last episode, I was trying to optimize some of the issues with too many villagers, too many objects. The game comes to a crawl. I did test a little bit with having. I think the last test in the last episode, we were getting like low frame rates, and I think part of that was also I was spamming the character strings for the agents when they were checking their time. But I took that out, and I was testing this again where I think I had. Let me just push play real quick. Where there was only 60 game objects versus I don't know, maybe 1,000. And then, I got to about 130 villagers, and it would run with about it'd be about 50 frames per second when I got up to 100. Um, Now, the issue though was which game speed I picked. You couldn't tell a difference. You couldn't tell it would still go kind of at the same speed, whether it was normal speed or super fast speed. It didn't really change the speed, so that's kind of an issue. Um, so yeah, we're going to try to work on optimizing, and what am thinking about doing is in our AI agent, we're going to keep track of what map section he's in. So let's see, a public game object map section. Keep track of that. And the way we'll do that is on start in our map manager, we're going to create a helper function somewhere. How about right here? Public void get map section. And we're going to get a vector2. And we'll call it location. And then what we're going to need to do is for each map section, each game object, call this the geo, in all map sections, if location.x is actually x I wish that we're gonna just have to hard code this. I need to change this do like a public map section width. Let me do it now. Right here. Public int int map section width, and we're going to set to 28 for now. So then down here we'll use that. So if my location x is greater than the go.x, minus half the width, Um, just can't do x. We gotta do transform dot position dot x. So if this is less than half of it, and if it's greater than it, if it's less than half the width, and it's less than plus half the width. So if it's somewhere in between that, then this will be the, and let's say game object. Let's return the game object. Return game object. If not, return null. So right now we're just kind of get the AI. So in our AI agent, on our start, we're going to set our map section. So map section is equal to map manager dot instance dot get map section, and we're going to send it our transform. Transform dot position. Okay, so send it the position. Let's get the map section. Let's save it and test this out. Okay, let me pause it. Let me go to our test agent, and map section is map manager. Whoops. Let's go back to, this is why we test things out. This needs to be the geo. Let's go to our map creator, and we're going to say temp dot name is equal to map section plus this dot count. Okay, so that we can name each one. All right, let me pause it. And we got map section 0. We got map section 0 now. We need to get it to where when it's moving in our AI agent, what we could do, instead of putting this here, Control X, put it in our character controller, and do this in the character controller. And then when we're moving, if the position's greater than X, if transform dot position dot X is greater than, so we don't want to keep checking. I mean, we could, but we really don't want to keep checking our, keep trying to get a map section when we're not at the right spot. Oh, come on. All right, dot transform, dot position, dot x. If it's greater than that plus the map manager dot instant dot map section width divide by 2. If it's greater than this, because it's moving that way. If no, sorry, this would be here. So here we could say, now we technically know that if it's gone past that it's in the next section. How do we get that section? How do we increment the next one? Okay. Well, so we don't want to loop through it. We just want to make it the next one. Let's go here. And we're going to say public int map section ID. And so then here, map section ID plus plus. And then we're going to say map section is equal to map manager dot instance dot all map sections map section ID. Okay. So you see what we're doing? We're kind of cutting down how much looping through all the map sections, because we could have 100. We don't. We would just want to cut that out. Now this would be here, and this is if the x is less than the minus of that. And this is going to be minus minus. So now let's go back to our map manager. When we get the map section, instead of doing a for each, we're going to say for I all map sections dot count. Copy this. Get rid of that. We're going to say game object go is equal to all map sections I. And then when we return that, oof. Let's send our AI agent. And let's do dot map section ID is equal to I. And let's go to our AI agent. And this. Okay, let's test this out, see if we're getting our map section for our AI agent. Okay, let me pause it for a sec. Okay, we have a map section, yes or no? Okay, map section 0, okay. So let's unpause it. And let me click over here for it to go gather. I did unpause it, right? Let me pause it for a sec. Let me make sure I'm, all right, so he's the one that's moving. Oh, he's already changed his map section. Did he actually cross that line? That's the question. He did. Because they're actually technically starting not in the... Wait, hold on. Maybe I got this wrong. Hmm. Oh, they're so... Look how close they are. That's why. Okay. Um... Actually, let me go back to the test agent. He's in section 1. He's still in map section 1. Now let's test out this guy. He's going to go get the wood. Let's just kind of speed things up a little bit. Section. See if it changes. Yep, it changed. Okay, so now we can keep track of what section they are in. So now comes the difficult part of changing all of our actions every time we loop through all our map managers. Hmm. Um, oh, we're not. Wait, sorry. This interactable on destroy is not working. Or at least, oh, wait. No, I didn't add that. Map manager dot instance dot all game objects dot remove this game object. Okay, so we can get rid of it from the when it gets destroyed. Right? Okay, some thinking to do of how to have it only check only loop through our map section, but what if like the object we're looking for is in the next section or the next 2 sections over? Like if I click on gather object, how do we optimize this to where it can still function? You know what I should do is in my map manager. Sorry, a lot of thoughts are going in my head. Instead of changing this to AI agent, let's change it to the int ID. And then we'll change this to ID. And then going back to the AI agent, we'll say ID. Because we might, let's say map section ID. So we're going to set that. Because we might want to have our, when we create a game object, let's go to the How do we set the? Well, I guess that's not a big deal. I guess they don't really need to know. Um, yeah. How do we do this? Because if I do it to where now I know how to kind of optimize the gather object scenario because whenever we click on something, we could have it like a list in our map manager that keeps track of those. And so instead of looping through all of the game objects, looking for a gather object, because it does two. That's what our program does right now. It loops through all the game objects, then gets a list, then it loops through all those. See, that's not good. That's like a lot of looping through, and we're doing it multiple times because we're checking that action over and over again, trying to make plans that could use it. Um, so yeah, let me just I'm just trying to think of how to do this where it checks one section. If it doesn't find anything, it checks the next two sections. Do like that. So it starts with the closest one and then works outward. It goes to the right, goes to the left, goes to the next right, goes to the next left. How do we do that and keep checking until we've gone through all the map sections? we could do a do loop. Well, what we're going to do is first work on it with the gather objects, gather resource action. So let's just take a look at this one. Um, Here we are looping through it by getting it the gather object. So we don't want that. Um, what if we change this to only loop through the uh, a current map section? Get a list of game objects based on. All right, let's go to this definition, and we're going to make a copy of it. This way I don't crash the thing, and we're going to have a game object called map section. Okay. And instead of looping through all the game objects, we're going to say, we could do it here. Map section dot get component map section. And we're going to loop through dot all map objects. And then we'll return that. Let's go to our gather resource. So let's change this to AI agent dot map section. Okay, so now we're only getting a list of those there. Let's see, where else do we do it? No. Okay, same the target. We're doing it here as well. AI agent map section. Okay. Do we do it anywhere else? What is this? I'm not even using that anywhere else, am I? I don't think I need that. Okay, that is the only place it's doing it. So let me save it. And let's just test this out. Click here. We're gathering. Oh, let's pause it. You might be wondering, well, I thought he wouldn't go over there because it's in that this looks like it's in the other map section, but it's not. It's technically in this map section. That's one way to trick the AI. But still, we couldn't. Huh? Okay, we gotta. Something happened. Not correct. Hmm. Hmm. Um. Let me go back to our interactable. We need to remove this. Public map section. Actually, public game object. Map section. Actually, let's do it like this. Map section. Map section. And then we're going to say map section dot technically I could get the map sec, but no, let's do it this way. Map section dot um, dot all map objects dot remove this dot game object. I know I don't actually need to have this. Okay. Oh man, the problem is here on start. Let me go to my map creator. I really want to do this when it creates it. This is adding the section, so it's in the map section. It's really in my map manager where I create the object. Let me go to the map section really quick. So this is where we are creating it and then we're adding it to it. Yeah, we could do it here. for each interactable, and temp.get components interactable. Okay, fine. Interactables. Interactable. Okay, let me just write interactables is equal to this, and then we will say an interactable. So get all the interactables on this game object, and interactable dot map section is equal to this dot get component map section. Or I guess I just is equal to, I don't want to say this, temp. Okay, what's the deal? Temp dot get component map section. Okay. So why was I doing this? Because I want to remove the game object from there. Because when it gets destroyed, let's see if this is working. Okay, let's cut that down, There we go. Okay, we are not getting the error anymore. Oh, we are getting an error. Okay. You do one little thing, and this is what happens. This is in our gather. Let's see. Projects. Map section is none. Why not? Let's go to these here. Map section is none. Okay, we aren't setting the map section. We have missing things. Okay. Hold on, let's go back to our map section. This is map section is this. This creates the game object. No, I was right. This is supposed to be game object. Dot get component, not the object that we just made. So let's see. What's going on? Let's click here. Okay, we got a map section. Still missing a reference. Let's go to this map section. So we're still missing it. I thought I removed it. Let's go to our interactable. Let's just make sure this is actually working. Debug that log. Destroying interactable. Let me just make sure. Map section dot all map objects, remove the game object. Okay. Maybe this isn't running. Let me just do one guy. See what happens. Nope, it's not running. It's not running the. Let me make it public. See if that changes anything. Yeah. I thought it was working before. I mean, we had used this interactable stuff a long time ago. Nope. Let's go to the actual gather object interactable and see if I need to go into all my interactables and override this. Interactables, gather object. See, we have this. We already have an on destroy. We need to say base dot on destroy. That's why. Copy that. Let me do that in all of them. Blueprint. Build we don't do. Eat we don't do. Because we're not saving them. Interactable, don't do, don't do, don't do. Okay. Okay, let's see if that now triggers. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is, let's see if the resource interactable, which was not in here, maybe it's under objects. I probably didn't move some of these interactables. Let's go to objects, building, farm, interactable action, info, resource. We want to do the same thing. I don't think I need this anymore in here. Storage. Is this an interactable? I don't think it is. Or is it? Building is not, so store building isn't, but the store object is. So let's go to, but this one doesn't even have a saving. See, takeout. No. All right. There's a little bit of delay because of how our goal decrease is working. Okay, we got null reference. because we need to, in our map section, right here, we want to add this to the map manager when we create game objects. See right here. We're gonna get all the interactables, loop through them. We need to get the map section. So we can do it by location. Let's see, map section is equal to get map section, and we're going to do the temp go dot transform, and this just say int dummy. It doesn't matter. Can't even do that. Int dummy. And this needs to be the position. So then we're going to do it here. And what we want to do, what's the problem here? Okay, game object, map section geo, and then we're going to say map section is equal to map section geo dot get component map section. Okay, and then here we're going to say map section dot, no, not right there, but here, map section dot all map objects dot add temp geo. And then back in our map section creator, we're not going to do it here. Okay, that sounds good. All right, let's save it, test it out, see if we now have the resources, and actually, let me pause it. Oh, we got an error. Don't tell me in my crate building is different. No, we are creating the game object. Hold on, let's just see something. Why are we getting this error? Um, let's go to this. Maybe we have to say if it's greater than or equal to. If it's less than or equal to. Because it's exactly 0. And so it's at the exact spot. Maybe that's why I can't return it. Nope. No, that doesn't make sense. Alright, let me clear this out. Pause it for a sec. See what I'm doing wrong. Alright, here's probably what's happening. We're having a issue with things not happening in a correct order. Let's go to our map manager. This is happening later. Just take this away and see if we still get some errors. Still getting an error. This one. These ones are all fine. Alright, what's happening is this offset's not right. This needs to be, when we randomize it, it needs to be the offset x minus half of it. And this needs to be plus, oh no. We're going to say 28. I know I should say map manager dot instance dot map section width. And then this will be the plus of it. Because what's happening is some trees are not finding a map section. Okay, we got rid of that error. Now we have no storage. Let's see if we can kind of see if our other stuff is fixed though. Okay, he didn't bother going over here because it's not in his zone. He's not picking this up. Let's just see. Well, why aren't you doing this? Maybe we gotta wait. Here, let's check all these. Map section 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and this is 0. Okay, that's working. Whoa, we have 19 here? Do we really have 19? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We do. 1, 1. Let me check the last one. 1. So that's working. Oh, they're not picking it up because I don't have a storage. Let's build a storage then. I was like, why isn't he picking that up? Because we got to build one. Okay, build that. And then we can start picking things up. And add them to our storage. There we go. Now we're kind of starting from scratch. Now if I click here, it's not going to go look for those because this is out of our map section. But so in our gather objects, not that one, our gather resource action, we need to kind of loop through all of these. All right, well, I'm going to think about that, how to do it. We're trying to optimize it. We're working towards it. Hopefully we can get this kind of taken care of and we can move on to other things. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.